Hi Sarah, it is Tuesday, September 22nd, and I'm going to give you a little summary of my New York trip. Oh, sorry, I'm having to use my iPad because my iPhone is out of storage and it's difficult to hold the iPad, and also the camera's in a different place than I'm used to. Hi. Okay, so we arrived on Wednesday, and the first show that we saw was An American in Paris, which was wonderful. It was beautiful. I mean, you've probably seen, I'm sure you've seen the movie, the Gene Kelly movie, and it's that, with some slight tweaking, but it's just beautiful. And we were sitting in the second row on the left aisle of the middle section of the orchestra, and so we were like, "Hi, actors!" But it was so beautiful, and the chorus numbers were all very, very delightful. They were these big tap numbers where they would like change costumes, and they were so high energy and exciting, and I couldn't stop smiling, so I was just like the whole show. And because we were in the second row, they could really see me. And a bunch of times the ensemblists would make eye contact with me while they were tap dancing, and they'd be like, "You're having a great time," and I would be like, "Hey, I'm having a great time." But yeah, I got like a bunch of like, "Hey," from the choristers, so that was nice. What else? And then the next show we saw was, well, let me get the playbill. Alexander Hamilton. His name is Alexander Hamilton. Oh, it was so good, Sarah. It was so good. I'm sorry, I keep looking that way because that's where I'm used to the camera being. I should have flipped the iPad around, but I didn't. It's so good, Sarah. Oh my gosh. It was so good. It's like, and it was like, they're sold out through, I think, January or February now. They're like $50 million pre-sale. It's insane. But, so everybody who was there, like, it was a packed house, and everybody was so excited. It was like a rock concert. So when it started, like when the lights went down, everybody was just like, "Wow, yeah!" And then like, after the first, maybe minute of music is when they're like, what's your name, son? And then Lin-Manuel comes out and he's like, "Alexander Hamilton." And the audience just was like, "Wow! Wow!" And they had to like wait a while for the audience to stop screaming because we were so excited. Nah! And the whole show was like that. So every time something was like, attitude, the audience was like, "Wow!" And they did a lot of the congressional debates, like rap battles, where they were all like, "Whoa, whoa, what? Drop mic." And when they would do that, the audience was like, "Woo!" And every time somebody got a sick burn, the audience was like, "Oh, what? Son!" It was so good. It was so exciting. And it was really funny. And it wasn't just that, I also cried like 3 times in the second act. Curse you, Lin-Manuel Miranda, who did that to me in the Heights too. But yeah, there was crying in the second, like 3 times. And, oh, it was so amazing. It was so amazing. And I don't know if you listened to the live stream yet up on NPR. It comes out digitally on the 25th. And then it comes out, the hard copy CD, which I'm also going to buy. I'm going to get the digital and the hard copy CD because I want that booklet, that sweet, sweet booklet. That comes out, I think, at the end of October. But right now, the whole album is up streaming on NPR. And if you haven't listened, you have to listen to it. You have to listen to it. I've listened to it like 6 times already. Like 6 times! I'm memorizing it. I've started it already. It's just the best. It's so exciting. And the whole thing is up on the album because it's sung through. It's sung/rapped through the whole show. So everything is on the album. You're missing the visual experience of it, but you're hearing the whole story. So you're not going to be like, "I don't know what's happening." You're going to know what's happening. It's great. I cried listening to the album too, by the way. in my cubicle this morning at work. I was like, oh no, don't, nope, I'm typing in a spreadsheet. I'm doing a spreadsheet right. Nope. No, there's something in my contact. Spreadsheet. Oh no. No, fine. 2 songs later. Oh, nope, here we go again. Oh, so good. That's so good. Okay, the last show we saw was Finding Neverland, which was not that good. I mean, and this is what my mom said, and I agree. The actors were doing an amazing job. They really were. The actors were doing an amazing job because they're professional actors, and that's what they do. They are amazing. The material just wasn't. It's just not good. The score is not good. I couldn't sing for you a single hook from that show. Hamilton, without hearing any of the tracks, without having access to any of the album, I could have sung you at least 7 of those songs weeks after I had seen the show because they were that good that my brain just like hooked onto them. Finding Neverland, no. There were a couple of really beautiful staging moments. Spoiler alert, you've seen the movie. When the mom dies at the end, she was standing in the children's nursery and they had surrounded her on the floor. There were these little pop-up vents that had just sort of popped up. And they started making, basically, the little wind tunnel pop-up things were on the stage and they created like a wind tunnel. There must have been some coming down from the top as well. It basically put her in, for all intents and purposes, a snow globe. Like, it created a wind tunnel around her. And she just, like, threw open her arms, and all of this, like, glitter, like, dropped from the ceiling and just, like, whooshed around her in this wind tunnel. It was beautiful, and none of it escaped because it was all trapped by the way they had just encircled the wind. And then, like, when she flew off, it, like, the lights went down and she, like, went out the window. But she, like, left her shawl, and then the shawl was just, like, dancing in the wind. It was very beautiful. So there were some really beautiful staging moments, but it was just very relentlessly depressing. There wasn't enough charm to it. It wasn't playful enough. It was very sort of like wah, wah. I think they could have done with they needed some kind of formatting premise. Like, they couldn't stick to one format. Like, there was one really, really surreal dance number where he was having a breakdown, but there were really no other surreal numbers. There was a number where he went inside of his imagination, and then Peter, the child, would join him there. And that happened in one number, but it never happened again. There was a conceit of Hook being J.M. Barrie's dark side personified, and then Hook would, like, show up in a situation and be all like, you should do this, I'm evil. And J.M. Barrie would be like, you're in my brain, shush. But that only happened, like, twice. And then it never happened again. And you're like, you guys need to pick some kind of conceit and just stick with it. Start with it and carry it through. Because there was no framing process for anything to happen in. It was a bit of a mess. It was kind of sad. But I did get to see Anthony Warlow, who was Australian and amazing, and that was great because I never thought I would get to see him live because he's a big star in Australia. That he's on all my Opera Australia DVDs, and I have some of his CDs, which I had to import over Amazon because Australian. So that was what we saw in New York, and it was wonderful, and it was a lot of good times. And I'm thinking of you, and yeah, I hope things are smoothing out a little bit, and you're getting some things taken care of. Horcrux hunting. I thought I found a Horcrux, maybe, but it turned out it was not a Horcrux. It was like Regulus Locket. So the Horcrux hunt continues. My back is doing okay. It's still crappy. I'm still frustrated. Supposed to start pool therapy, but they can't get me in until October 15th. I got a doctor referral the first week of September, and they were like, oh, we can get you in October 15th. And I was like, what is this? Like, people who need, what if you had like a broken arm or something, or a leg? I mean, you wouldn't be doing pool therapy for broken arm, but say you have like you were an old lady or something, you broke your hip and you needed physical therapy right away. What are you supposed to do for a month and a half while you wait for physical therapy? Just be injured? It's dumb. It's a silly way to run a healthcare practice. It's a silly way, and all physical therapy is like that. It's really obnoxious. Because once you get that initial appointment, suddenly there are no barriers to scheduling sessions for you. Like, once it's that initial appointment that they make you wait like months for. And then once you're in, and then you can have all the appointments you want whenever you want them. Is what I have found. It's very frustrating. Very frustrating. I'm on a wait list. In case anybody cancels, they can call me and I'll have to drive 45 minutes to Golden Valley for my first appointment, but whatever. Happy things. Oh, you read Eleanor and Park? Yay, Rainbow Rowell! You need to read Fangirl. If you have read Eleanor and Park, which is a little bit darker, you need to read Fangirl. Fangirl is the book. The book, I say, because once you've read Fangirl, you could be excited for Carry On, which I am excited for Carry On, which comes out at the end of October. It is related to Fangirl. Basically, Rainbow Rowell wrote fan fiction about the book, which the main character in Fangirl writes fan fiction about. She was like, I really like this book she's writing fan fiction about. I shall write fan fiction about it and make it a book. It's wonderful. So, yes. I love you. I hope you're doing well. Listen to Hamilton. Do it. Do it. You will love it. And I hope you have a great week. Love you.